Understand how these plays can be ran multiple ways. All right, it could be ran on the personal side and it can also be ran on the business side. Okay, you can also have multiple businesses. You can also have multiple CPs. All right. What's up, YouTube? It's Credit Guy Frank here coming to you today with yet again another video. All right, y'all already know how I do it. I get straight to it. But first, like always, man, I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, man. Definitely send this video or these videos to anybody that you know for a fact that it could benefit. All right, and also hit that subscription, man, for sure, so you could be notified every time a video drop. All right, I kind of got a good feeling for when most of my viewers are online. Usually it's like after 5, y'all some night owls. So definitely hit that subscribe, man, so when I drop, y'all can already know what's going on first before everybody else. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna show you guys literally how to run up over $250,000 in a year. All right, and when I say over, it's well over. It just depends on how you want to utilize it, how you want to maximize it. Y'all know I just spill the beans, man. I don't hold no sauce. Every time I get it, or when I know it, when I know it's the right time, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get it to you. That's just what it is. So look, 2025 credit card stacking, okay? Now, a lot of you guys who's been already my subscribers, who's been with me for a long time, man, y'all already know I came out with this before anybody was on it. I've been telling people, hey, you can make $1 million just from credit. You ain't even gotta do nothing. You can literally do it from your crib doing absolutely nothing. Especially if you don't even spend none of the money. It just comes just staying down, right? Like if you over eager, if you always in a rut or you've been in a rut your whole life, this should be so easy for you because it's not many times you can have the opportunity to where you could just come in the money and all you got to do is chill. But if you let your flesh get into it and you start needing this, you start needing that, everything that's in your head, it's going to be hard for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to convince yourself you deserve stuff. You're not going to get rich. That's the goal. Get rich. Money in the future is going to be obsolete. All right. We're moving to crypto, guys. I've been telling you this for a while. We're moving to crypto. They're about to pump a whole bunch of money and it's going to devalue the money some more. And then we're moving to a digital, safer asset. All right. So run these plays, get your money up so that you can invest it and be living in the golden ages, man. I'm gonna be making a video in the next 3 years about warning you guys at this time on how you should literally be into Bitcoin, XRP, simple things like that. I don't wanna go over your head with simple things like that. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get to it. So look, when you're doing credit card stacking in 2025, all right, you have to be more strategic than ever. Now, what do I mean by that is when you're applying for credit cards, number one, of course, you have to have either a solid personal credit, 720 plus with at least 8 trade lines on your personal credit if you're going to use yourself as a personal guarantor, all right, or a CP as a personal guarantor. But if you're operating solely on the business side, and understand how these plays can be ran multiple ways, all right? It could be ran on the personal side and it can also be ran on the business side, okay? You can also have multiple businesses. You can also have multiple CPs, all right? So when you're running this play, you have to understand, okay, do I have all of my things in order? If not, get it in order, okay? Make sure that you have at least $10,000 behind you, which is a simple applying somewhere, boom, and they'll give you $10,000. All right, literally, they'll give you $10,000. You might have to pay like $50, $100, but it's worth it when the play comes down. Okay, so you need at least 8 accounts on your personal or your business. Okay, and you definitely need at least $10,000 on your personal or your business. Both would be great. All right, now how do you do that? A quick way to do that on the personal side is, of course, get your credit builder accounts, things like that. And also, you want to get Credit Strong or Magnum, whatever you want to call it. All right, you can go ahead and get an easy 10,000, boom, just like that, and have your little credit builder accounts on there, so where you got enough accounts and you also got some money behind you. All right, boom, you're in the 720 pluses automatically. No negatives. Remember that, no negatives. So if you need your credit clean, clean your credit. Or get somebody to clean your credit. No negatives. All right. Now on the business side, here's a hack. You want to be structured properly. You want to have the right phone number. You want to have the right business email, not a Yahoo, not a Gmail. You want to have the right website. And you also want to have a brick and mortar company. Okay. Use a building for your address for the best results. You can also use your crib or something like that. But if you use your crib, you want to make sure that you got like $10,000 on you to where they can overlook that. All right. Or $10,000 as a relationship in that bank to where they can overlook that. All right. But if you don't have this, which most of you guys don't, you want to make sure that you're doing everything correctly, have it on a little monthly subscription, and then you good. Less than a couple $100, you all right. Now, the key to this on the business side is structuring it properly, making sure you got the right accounts as well. And the way that you do that to get higher limits on the business side is, of course, you can get Credit Strong again. You can get Magnum, whatever you want to call it. And you can put that as one of your accounts after you get the credit builders like the NAVs, the Ulines, the Grangers, the Quills, and things like that. But another trick that you can do is you can use gas cards. Okay, gas cards, whether you're an experienced driver, whether you're a new driver, it really doesn't matter. Gas cards are going to give you higher limits than the average just regular bank. Okay, so you can use these to actually put on your file. All right, you can use these to put on your business file to where you can then be shown on the business side, like, okay, this person got $8,000 here, they got $6,000 here, they got $12,000 here. Boom, now you in the game. All right. This is what the banks want to see, whether you're on the personal side or the business side, to make sure that you will do right by the money, regardless if you do right by the money or not. Okay? Now, from the personal and the business, whatever it is that you want to do, you want to make sure that you are applying for each bank and knowing exactly where they're going to pull. Okay? You have to know where they're going to pull. So for instance, I'm going to only have one Experian line, one Equifax line, and one TransUnion line. Okay. So when I go and get my 0 APR%, and I'm going to have these below. All right. I'm going to have one big bank from each bureau that you guys need to be applying to once you get money ready. Okay. Or once you get funding ready. All right. So one on each. Okay. Now, what will happen is you're going to get $50,000, $75,000 easy, all right, from each bureau, okay? Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to apply at 8 different places or just be applying all over the place. Once you do that, you're going to get flagged, you're going to start getting very low limits, or you're going to get denied, okay? Everything is working from an internal system now. All right. Most humans aren't making these decisions unless you got a personal relationship with a lot of different banks. If you're somebody like me, of course you do, because you've been doing this for a while. But if you have like no relationships with the banks like that, or you just got a couple of accounts open, you're going to need to follow these steps until your relationships gets very, very good with them. OK, so you can get an easy 50 to 75,000 once everything is good on the personal or the business side, or both, guys. Now, don't get a whole lot of accounts. Remember, one on each. So that's just 3 accounts. So let's dumb it down a little bit. Let's say you get $30,000. Let's say you get $33,000 from each place. All right. Now you done already made $100,000 just off the personal side or just off the business side. Okay. Now you take that and chill for about 6 months. Okay. Chill for about 6 months. 100,000 should hold you for that time, especially if you never had this type of money before. All right. Chill for about 6 months. Don't do no applying because you don't want to get flagged. We want to constantly rinse and repeat this process. All right. We don't want to be burning it out just because we can and then don't even have a backup plan, or too lazy to even rerun the same play again with another business. Right. So wait that 6 months to keep everything cool. You know what I'm saying? You got your money, cool. So check this out. Here go the next play. In the next 6 months, you're going to be doing the same thing at a different bank, because I'm sure in the next 6 months, another bank is going to be climbing that tier, and then they're going to be coming, boom. So you're going to already know, all right, I can apply here. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to make a video, because I'm going to spill the beans anyway. I'm going to make a video about the banks that you should be going to. All right. But once you do that, in that 6 months time, remember, always be getting a credit increase as well. All right. So if it's January, now I've already applied, got my credit cards. I ain't gonna apply for another credit card until June, right? But in May, I'm gonna say, look, I've been doing right by these credit cards since January. I need a credit line increase. They're gonna go on the computer, they're gonna look, they're gonna see I have a lot of money available and I ain't been spending a lot of money. That's what they're gonna see. So once they see that, now you're gonna be eligible for an increase on the first 3 lines from each bureau that you did. And then you're gonna be ready to also go and you're gonna be ready to get the next line or the next set of funding in June, okay? So picture that. You already got 100,000 in January. Cool. You got your credit line increases, which is gonna be double 9 times out of 10, but we're gonna dumb it down a little bit. Let's say they give you an extra $50,000, all right? All in total in June. But then you're going to apply for your second tier, all right? Now understand this, it's a big difference. It's a big difference when you're applying from scratch and they're giving you 30,000 to 50,000 to 75,000 than when you go and you already got that behind you and you've been showing that you don't really need it. Now you getting into the game to where you can get 75,000 plus, all right? And depending on how you do everything, they're not gonna ask for any documentations. The only documentations they ask for is the documentation in which you're not trustworthy, all right? Or if it's a no doc funding and you're like, hey, well, how much you expect to make this year? It's simple questions. How much you expect to make? You're like, 20,000? Okay, well, I'm not giving you no money then because I'm gonna get my money back. But if you understand, I know for sure I'm gonna make 112,000 the first quarter. I know for sure I'm gonna make 164,000 this year. It's easy. It's really light. It sounds like a lot, but it's really light, guys. Come on, it's the whole year. It's 365 days. Like, really. So once you go for that second wave, they're gonna give you at least another quarter just off of that, and you got the increase. So we're already at like almost 500,000 right here, doing nothing. All you're doing is just playing strategic. And we ain't even get to December. Come on now. I'm showing you guys right now how you get rich off of your credit. All you got to do is just apply the steps. It's Credit Guy Frank here, man. If you need me, I'm here, but I'm out.